Hello, welcome. I can't read out this name. This other one is Mo and Book Kids. Thank you for joining us. Odofin Scent. Welcome. Yesha, welcome. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Welcome. So this means that you can hear me clearly. Hey, Shakiti Bobo, this is my friend before. You have joined us all the way from... Are you in Lagos now or are you in... is it Castina? Please let me know where your location is. Okay, so welcome everyone. Hi, yes, M-R-E-R-R. Please, could you tell me your first name so I'll be able to speak to you, address you properly? Because I can't seem to pronounce that. Okay, so welcome everyone. Welcome. If you can hear me, okay, of course you can hear me because I can see the waves, the thumbs up that shows that you can hear. So yes, welcome. Oh yes, Sokoto. Yes. So you're in Sokoto right now. Wow. How is it going over there with the whole coronavirus thing? Hope you're safe. Hope everything is working fine there. Okay. So welcome everyone. Did you know that today is actually Earth Day? And today is actually the 50th anniversary. So interestingly, one of my podcast guests is someone that works in the sustainability and recycling aspect of things. So I released a podcast today where she talks about different aspects of the environment, the roles that we get to play, and sustainability. And it all really ties into the fact that we should protect the earth and do our own part to ensure that we are all safe. Oh, Vincent from Angola, awesome! Welcome. So please check out the podcast. It's click the link in my bio and you get to see that. And our guest speaker is already here, that Lady Tech. So we're just going to get right to it. So this is what happened. I had the session on Facebook yesterday. It was supposed to be on just the Facebook group, but I just thought to, put on my IG live so that people on Instagram do not get left out. And after that, I talked about online safety and I mentioned the three risks that children could encounter when they are online. I talked about the content risk, the conduct risk, and the contact risk. So I got a lot of people who watch this reaching out to me, speaking to the fact that they didn't really understand how to manage the online thing. And I just thought, okay, why not get a friend who I know that this is her area, and that's where that Lady Tech comes into play. And interestingly, yesterday again, I was going through Instagram and I saw a post on Diary of a Niger Girl's page where it was a screenshot of a man saying someone he had been speaking with online. He just found out that the person is actually a man and not a lady as he thought. Now imagine that a grown man had that encounter. So how much more the children? So this is why this conversation is important. We need to know how to prepare, how to safeguard our devices, and how to teach our children so that people do not prey on them. So today's topic is managing cyber predators 101, and it's going to be handled. I'll just be asking Hanifa some questions and she would give us information as we go. So you might be wondering, why Hanifa? This is why one of the things I teach in my one-on-one coaching sessions is the power of collaboration, the power of communities. I met Hanifa through a community I belong to, Mastering the Business of Your Talent. And that is one of the things communities do for you. They help you to access people that have other competencies, and then you see how you can work together. Hi, the STEM Bell all the way from Australia. Frank Ezinwaya, welcome. Imemer. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm saying hello to you too. Okay, so this is why it's important to have communities. It's important to collaborate with others, and one of the ways to do that is by being a part of communities. Communities have helped me a great deal, and that's one of the things I teach in my one-on-one coaching session. So if you need something like that, feel free to reach out. We can talk about it after now. And it's communities that made it possible that some few weeks ago, IREX reached out to me from the US asking me some questions because they want to share my work to stakeholders. Now, that doesn't mean I'm the only person doing what I do, but I am part of the alumni network. So, of course, they're going to reach out to me first. So this is why it's important for you to find suitable communities and make sure that you get known correctly in those communities. So I can teach about that, but that's not the focus of today. Today is about managing cyber predators 101. So I'm going to be bringing Hanifa on the call, and I would ask her questions, she would respond, and then by the end, if you have your own questions, you'd feel free to drop them, and then of course she would respond. Is that okay? If that's okay, please say something so that I know that you're still with me. Hanifa, so let me see. Hi Ruth, welcome. Fresh Concept, welcome. I'm trying to get Hanifa to go live with me now. Hanifa, are you ready? It's now at your end, so just join in. Yes, managing cyber predators. It's a very important topic, because I mean, even adults get deceived. So how much more children? And if we are leaving them to all these devices, it's important, like I mentioned yesterday, to raise digitally resilient children. Okay, Hanifa, I'm waiting for you. It's now on your end. Yes, I've sent the request to you now. Are you there? I can see you, but yes, I've accepted your request. I'm waiting for you to accept mine. Esther Okeme, welcome. Yes, Doreen says, especially with virtual learning, very timely topic. Of course it is. It is, because, I mean, if we're leaving these children to these devices, they might as well know their boundaries. They might as well know the things to look out for when people begin to contact them. Emeka, welcome also. Waiting for that Lady Tech. Okay, so she says resend again. So while we're waiting for her, so how are you guys doing? Just with me a little bit while we're trying to sort out this aspect of things. How are you doing? How is everything at your end? Have you left, when this whole thing started, we had those that were still living in denial, then we had those that moved to acceptance and all that. So at what stage are you on? Have you accepted that, okay, it seems this is here to stay and I need to begin to do something about it? Just let me know in the comment section. Okay, Hanifa, we're still waiting for you. I've resent it. Okay, so we're waiting for you. Okay, so this is becoming funny. She says she hasn't seen the new request. Hi, Moses. I saw your message when it dropped in, but I haven't read it yet because I was occupied. But I'm going to read it immediately after this live, and then I'm going to respond to you, please. So please stay with us. Don't go anywhere. I am Titi Temi. You're welcome. I've sent it
okay. Okay, I think it's up now. Kindly, I think I'm on.
You're on. Okay, I can't see you on the screen yet. Okay, Stembel says it's a real reality. Back to work like when disrupted. Exactly. So almost everybody's just going about their stuff, seeing how they can achieve the things they need to achieve despite the current situation. So I think that's the attitude we should all have. There's no need to be all worried that, oh, the world is going back. I want it to go back to the old normal. Just in case it doesn't, it's just best that we are prepared. And if I can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you and I can see you.
You can see me. I can't see you.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Please, can someone type in the comment section if you can hear Hanifa and if you can see her, so that I would know if you are all carried along and so that we can move. Please say something to me so that I'll be sure that you are also we're still together. So Hanifa, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm fine. I'm all right. So are you ready to take us on managing cyber predators 101?
Yes. I'm so ready. I think the STEM girl can see me. She said she can hear me and she can see me.
Awesome. So she said she can hear and see. So awesome. We're just going to start. So Shakiti Bobo is not Anita, it's Hanifa. Hanifa. Maybe I wasn't pronouncing it clearly. Hanifa. Hi, Audrey, welcome. Okay, so Hanifa, I would like you to introduce yourself to them, just very briefly, so that people can understand why you were chosen to be the one to speak to us on cyber predation. So just very briefly tell us about yourself.
Okay, lovely. My name is Hanifa Adigbite, as she has already said, and I have over 10 years experience in information security as a whole in general. But one of my passions is to carry families along on how they can stay safe, considering the fact that a lot of us and our kids are always online most of the time. And there's a lot of dangers that are abound on the internet, which we do not know and we are not aware of. So if we are not aware, there's no way we can solve these problems or help prevent them. So it's one of, and that was why I opened this page called That Lady Tech, to kind of keep people informed and know what to do and how to help families generally. So generally, we're just helping keep families safe online, basically.
Awesome. Okay, so Shakti Baba says he can hear you, but he can't see you.
He can't see me. It's probably network.
Yeah. Doreen says she can see and hear, so we'll just continue like that. So welcome to everyone who has joined in. So Hanifa has just told us who she is. So now let's just start. Before we even start talking about the various aspects to cyber predation, who are cyber predators? In very simple terms, so that anybody can actually get it. Who are cyber predators?
So in very simple terms, cyber predators are people that prey on, most times, children and teens. You could also prey on adults, but most often than not, they are teens and they are children. They prey on them using the internet. So it's not only about people lurking around the school playground waiting to prey upon your child. So far as your child has access to the internet, they can be preyed upon. So basically, they're just people preying on kids and teens using the internet as their medium.
Awesome. Yeah. So they focus their own attacks on the internet. Okay. Yeah. So we hear this term. Online grooming.
Yes.
Grooming in terms of predation. So how does this happen? What are the things that could lead to it? How do they just prepare children? What's that process all about? Could you share about it with us?
Okay, so basically, the groomer would probably contact the young person either by adding them on social media or by sending them a direct message when they are online, or even on gaming platforms. So that's the first process, basically.
Gaming platforms, very important.
Gaming platforms are very rampant on those platforms. So they will send you a friend message, and most often I know they pretend that if, for example, I like a particular kind of game or a particular character, they pretend that they also have that same interest so that you can have something in common to talk about. They can even pretend to be young children, whereas they are adults. You can pretend to say, okay, this is a 5-year-old, and I'm also 5-year-old. Oh, I love this game. Just to build that rapport with the child or the teen in question. Yeah, so that's how they go about it. And they spend a lot of time doing this because they need the child or the teen to trust them. So they spend a lot of time during that period.
Wow. So they try to ensure that there's that common ground between themselves and the child.
Exactly.
So at what point do they turn things to become sexual?
It all depends. So after they've gone through all this process of claiming to have a shared interest, they can even offer you advice or ask for your advice. They could even just give you attention and compliments. So most of them, they decide to turn it sexual by, sometimes they can just throw a joke in about, oh, have you ever had sex? They speak about sex jokingly just to try and gauge your own reaction. They can even ask you if you had sexual experiences and asking you about specific details about it. They could also ask you to send in nude pictures to them, you understand, or nearly nude pictures and all that. Or they could even ask you to start sexting with them. I believe a lot of us are familiar with sexting. So now this is not texting, it's sexting, which is texting using dirty language. You understand? So those are the ways in which they gradually turn the discussion into a sexual discussion.
Wow. So they start by trying to make it.
They could even tell you that they are depressed, and you sending them your nude picture will make them feel happy and all that. Yeah.
Interesting. So it's a new picture that will take them out of the depression. That's interesting.
Yes, and the kids don't know any better, so they'll probably just send it to them.
Okay. So we have a role to play also. That's really interesting.
We need to discuss with our children.
Yeah, so what would you say are the warning signs? What are the things that children should, what are the things that should alert them that something is going wrong really?
Okay, when your child starts being secretive about their online activities, that's one way to know. Being obsessive about being online. If your child ordinarily didn't really care one way or the other whether they were online or not, and suddenly start saying, no, I have to be online, or get angry when they can't get online, this could be a sign. It's not necessarily, but it could be a sign that there's something going on. Or receive phone calls from people that you do not know, or call numbers that you as a parent do not recognize. It could even go as far as receiving gifts from these groomers. They could send gifts to you. So if you notice that your child or your teen or your teenager is getting funny gifts from people you can't even identify, it could be a sign. Another sign is they could also withdraw from family and friends. They could they could now become like depressed or keeping to themselves. Or when you suddenly approach them on their phones, they quickly change their screen so that you don't see what they are doing. Or they could also begin to start downloading pornographic materials.
As you were speaking now, it just reminded me of an incident I became aware of some years ago where a certain teenager got ill and somehow they found out that something was wrong and they took this child to the hospital and then they found some warts and stuff around the private parts, and it was because of having conversation that the story came out that there was someone, a man actually, and this is a male child also. It was a man that was actually trying to make passes at this teenager. And initially when the family involved found out who the predator was, it came as a shock to some people, but it didn't come as a shock to some others, because some others said when they thought about the whole situation, they just thought this might be the person. And they said that was because the person was always giving gifts, was suddenly too close and too chummy with this young child. Maybe if the family had been alert earlier on that these are the signs.
Why that closeness and the gift giving started, they'll probably been able to avert.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much for sharing that. I really appreciate that information. So, what is your advice to parents? How can they manage the situation? Because yesterday, one of the things that came up was somebody was saying some teenagers do not even trust their parents, so they can't even have some of these conversations with them. And I also mentioned that over the past 2 weeks, I've had various WhatsApp sessions with teenagers, and the thing that keeps coming up is them saying their parents don't get them, or their parents don't even have time to speak with them. So what do you think? What would be your advice to parents on how to manage this whole situation?
Okay, so before I touch on the main advice to parents, I would like to say concerning the part where you said kids don't want to talk to their parents. These things happen as the child is growing up. So if, for example, your child confides in you and you overreact at the point they are giving you that information, it is very possible that child is not going to divulge any of that kind of information to you again. So it's important to, at the point the child is telling you, let it be like a safe kind of place. The child trusted you, and that was why the child came to you. So it's really important for us to really manage that, because as the child grows up, the child would not really want to, inform you of such things again, because they have seen your reaction previously. So basically, the best advice I can give regarding cyber predators and all that, the best advice is actually to keep it from happening. Because once it has happened, there are a whole lot of other issues to think about and how to deal with. So the best thing is actually to prevent it. And one of the ways in which you can prevent it is to make sure your child is well informed. You need to inform them, have a talk with them. For example, one, you need to know who their friends are. You understand? So if you know who their friends are, you would know when they start talking to someone strange. You'll be able to know easily when there's a change in their friends. You understand? Also, they need to also know that not all information is meant to be shared online. So, for example, your addresses, your real name, your real age, even, these are not things you just give to strangers. So you have to stay safe online as well as in real life. It's not only about real life anymore, because a lot of our lives are being online now. So we really need to, take care of what we share online. Also, you need to let them understand that they should never arrange to meet someone that they know online without getting consent from you as a parent. So in that way, you already know that who is maybe my son's name is Yasin. Who is Yasin meeting with online? I've never heard of that name, you understand? So also let your child know that, okay, if they can't even talk to you as a parent, they should talk to a trusted adult. It could be their teacher, someone that they trust, but they need to speak up, because it's only when they speak up that you would really know. You understand? So you need to let them know that, okay, these are my concerns. I'm here to help you, and I want you to be safe. It is not your fault if you're already in this situation. We can solve it together, but they need to understand that it is for their own good. Also, we need to talk about blocking software. There are some softwares, there's a range of.
That was going to be my next question. That a lot of people don't even know what kind of software can they use to create a safe space.
Yes, there are quite a range of software, even filtering. It can filter out profane languages if you've installed it. A lot of our Android phones, if you have a Gmail account, you can do the family link, where when you give your child a phone, which is, to give your child a phone is a family decision any which way. If you have decided to give that child a phone, there are some apps you can install. Android has it, iOS also has it, parental apps. On Android, it's like it's a Gmail family link. So when you sign up on that phone, you have made it that this phone is a family phone, kind of. So it's giving them a sort of privacy, but at the same time, you also check up on what they have been doing online. Yes. And they need to know that on all these their apps, they need to actually give private accounts. It's better to be private than public, because at that way you have even screened them to a particular level. You understand? So basically, these are all there. But basically, they need to have a safe space. They need to know that, yes, if something is happening, they can come to you to talk about it. And this starts from when they are little. It's not too late to start if you haven't started, but basically they need to know, and you need to have a conversation with them.
Yes. In fact, I'm happy that you mentioned this again, because one of the things we spoke about yesterday was the importance of having a safe space. Because if your children know that when they tell you something, you have already judged before they even finish the first sentence. It just means that the next time they have to say something, they are going to edit it. They will edit it. And the truth is, if the information is not coming from you, they're going to get it from somewhere, and you do not know the intention. Yes. So I really like that. So just to run through some of the things you have mentioned, you started with talking about how these people begin to make things sexual. And you said they start to give attention to these children. Sometimes they meet them by sending DMs on gaming platforms. They try to act like they have similar interests, trying to get their attention.
Most definitely.
Yes. And then you also mentioned that the warning signs that parents can look out for is when a child begins to become obsessive about becoming online.
Yes.
It's one of the things that we need to do. And then you also said parents should not overreact when their children are sharing things with them. I think that one is going to take a lot of schooling. I gave an example yesterday that the younger ones, they are able to tell me things, but sometimes they are saying certain things to me, and in my head, I'm like, oh my God. But, outside, I'm like,
yeah.
What did you do? How did you
Exactly.
It takes a whole lot of schooling, to just
So some of these predators will take it from the online world to the real world, because when you now decide to say, okay, I have a date with this person, and you meet the person, from there they take it offline, and that trend will continue. So we really need to keep our eyes out for all these signs and to really be in touch with what our kids are doing online. Another tip is to have, if your child does not have a phone but maybe you have a laptop in the house, or even you are giving your own phone, this device needs to be in the public place. It needs to be in a public place where they are using these devices but not alone.
They're not alone.
Yes, the fact that you're around them is already a form of defense.
It's almost like a barrier, for other things.
Exactly. Yes, it's a control. So some people decide as a family, but when you are deciding all of these things to do, it's important to talk to them and agree that these are the steps that we are going to take. Okay, you are going to be using the internet for 2 hours today. We have both agreed. I'm not imposing it on you. I'm letting you understand why you need it. It needs to be 2 hours, what you'll be doing online and all that. So you have tried to bring them into that discussion so they don't feel left out or feel like you are imposing your own ideas on them. Yeah.
I'm really happy. Those of you that were here yesterday, do you remember when I was talking about having a family safety plan and how it's important that when you have a family safety plan, it must be communicated to everybody so that everybody knows what is expected of them per time. So it doesn't now seem like you're trying to impose, and it doesn't become a situation where the child feels, oh, you're just telling me to do it. I will not do it just because you're asking me to do it. I need a reason. We should explain to them because they're also human beings. They have the capacity to reason. So when we explain to them, we're asking you to do this because of this, it's easier to get compliance than when you're just saying, do as I say. Children will do things to be things. That's awesome. I really like the part again where you mentioned about protective software and the part of a Gmail family link. So I see some people just came in now. Dr. Sam, you're welcome. More than just an MD. You're welcome. You're welcome. So we've been touching through the important things to ensure that your children do not get preyed on when they're online. We started with the things, the warning signs, advice to parents, how to discuss online grooming with your child, right? And then other things that you can put in place to ensure that you have created a safe space. And one of the things you just mentioned now is keeping these devices in a public space. Now, what of in cases where it's not a laptop that maybe can be set up in a particular workstation? What if it's a mobile device? And because it's a mobile device, they can take it into the rooms or something. You would need to agree, because if it's a mobile device, it's going to be, for example, if you were in a school and they were using mobile devices, these devices will have a cap where you lock them up in. When it's time for classes, they bring it out. So in this case, it's going to be like, I think you're signing out a library book, basically. So yes, the internet, you get this device from the parents' room, and you use it. Now, this all depends on the age of your child anyway. I'm now beginning to think, how realistic would that be in our setting? When you tell the child, before you use the mobile device, come and get it from the parents.
It depends on the age. Now, for children, maybe 5 to 10, obviously, they shouldn't be so much online in the first place. And if you are doing something with them, they're probably doing homework, which is already supervised. You understand? So in that case, it will probably work. Now, if you're talking for a teenager, yes, it might not work because maybe you're not even around to even sign out the device for them. So in this case, you can use those kinds of family link software. You can time, there are some apps that you install on your phone. iOS mostly has it. I have to check for the one for Android phone. You can time the app and say, okay, Instagram, you use it for 30. Once that 30 minutes is up, they cannot access Instagram again. You understand?
Okay, so you can set timers.
Yeah, you can set some of these things. They would still have the devices because they want to make phone calls and all that. But you would have put in some restrictive measures there. You can also check what they have done, their browsing history, so many things, you understand? So because the age of the child also determines the kind of measures that you're going to put in place.
Okay. All right. So aside the areas that you have mentioned now, Shakiti Bobo is asking that, are there other areas of exposure outside the things you have mentioned. And then, please, if you have questions, this is the time to write it down so that she can take them. So, back to Shakti Baba's question. Are there other areas of exposure? Yesterday I mentioned that I saw a picture on Instagram where Amazon showed up at someone's house and the child had ordered so much toys and games, like it filled up the whole van. And the parents had no clue. So if maybe a scammer was on this little girl's trip, you can imagine that a lot could have gone wrong. Because, if that kind of shopping was done and the parents did not know until delivery happened.
It's on the child's device or on the parent's device?
I think it was on the parent's device because she's a small girl.
That's the problem. Most often than not, you're busy. Your child is cranky or something. The next thing you will probably do is to hand them your phone. Now, you haven't passworded most of your apps. Your child can go. There have been cases where, because the parents, maybe they were sending notes to their spouse, possibly. Now, it's already in their WhatsApp between husband and wife. The child unknowingly forwarded that picture to a group. Anything could happen. These are kids. You see in groups where you suddenly see ASDH, jumbo, mumbo jumbo. It's the child. So the child could do that mistake. Even I'm sure the toys that the child bought, he didn't even intend to buy so much. He probably saw it, was clicking. Children are always inquisitive. They are going to keep pressing just to see what is going to happen. So most often than not, if a child is actually small, they are not meant to have unsupervised access to their phones. For example, I have people that because they know their children love to play games, they bought a tab and then installed age-appropriate games on that tab. So the only thing on that tab was actually those games that they wanted, educational apps or so. That was the only thing on that phone, on that tablet. So it kind of minimized there was no data, everything has been downloaded on it. So, yes, exactly. So you need to just look at what you want or what you want to achieve with your child, basically what he needs access to and how you can work around that and build a more safe environment for the child, basically.
Okay, so we have another question here from Mr. Odi. And he says, doesn't that build up a wall between both parties? If I feel my parent doesn't trust me, I might have to feel the need to prove myself smart.
And that is why I said it needs to be a mutual discussion. Some children are more white. You can see a 10-year-old child and you see a 14-year-old child, and they don't have the same maturity that they should have. Now, depending on the stage your child is, and what they want to do. You need to have this discussion with them and let them understand that this is what is happening. It is for your own safety. We can only try our best. We can't force it in actual fact. We can only try our best. Yeah. So have that discussion with them. This is why I'm doing this. You might not even need to be checking them every day. It's just spot checks. Just know that, okay, I have access. I can see what you've been doing. I'm just trying to keep you safe. This is why I'm doing it. I'm not going to... Some children go as far as having their child's password. Not for going onto their account specifically, but just so that they can see what is up. So it's about I would say, not one size fits all. You need to know the kind of child that you have, what is happening, and then decide on the best route. We can only give different kinds of advices. So for my own child, I can say, okay, if I tell him not to do this, he's not going to do it. Some children, because you tell them not to do it, they are going to do it. You understand? And some, if you don't tell,
is very important, right?
Yeah, so
you can't just copy and paste. It has to be something that suits you.
Exactly. Look at all the advice out there. Look at what works for you and your children, and then agree. Like you said, you mentioned the family safety plan. A lot of families need to have this plan. You need to agree, and everybody decide that yes, we are sticking to this set of rules, basically.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome. Do we have more questions? Hi, Mo. Welcome. Do we have more questions? Hi, Okwi. I can see you all the way from ST. So based on the things that we have touched on, do you have more questions? Do you need more specific software that you would like to have on your device? I know she already mentioned the Gmail family link.
Yes, family link is there. iOS already has some pre-built on most of their phones. If you check, you should see parental controls on those phones. You can exploit and see what you can do on those phones. So, and for iOS, all your sign-ins are linked. So you can sign in and say, oh, this is your child's account and all that. So there's a way it works. So if you have, Family Link is free. The iOS pre-built one is also free. But there are a couple of other paid apps which does maybe drill down, particularly if you have a Wi-Fi at home, and almost all of you are connected on the Wi-Fi. So there are a lot of free and paid apps that which you can explore. But at least these two free apps are easily accessible.